Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Cuffin the Dip coming at you guys with another one. Hopefully everybody's good out there, man. It's been a while since I've been on, so we're definitely going to be jumping into some charts, looking into the market, talking about some things that are going on right now. Market's pretty crazy, but if you have been tuning in to some previous streams, I called out that the market wasn't done kind of dumping a little bit, so we're going to dig into that too, and some ranges we were paying attention to. And we got a special guest in the building, man. This guy hasn't been around for a little while, man, so we're gonna have to dust some dust off his mic and see what he's got going on, man. What's up, Justin, man? How you feeling, man?
What's good? What's good? How we doing? How we doing, everybody?
Man, yeah, man, always good, man. Always good when you're still able to have any money inside of a crypto wallet and the market looks like this, I guess, right?
Amen to that. Amen to that, and
Yeah.
amen to stable coins.
Yeah. Yeah, man. If you stable before all of this kind of happened and the signs were kind of pointing towards more downturn in the market, or if you stable when I told you, hey, we keep hitting these levels, we break certain levels. I think everybody should have. Oh my god.
Yeah, I saw that. So, appreciate your grind time. What's good, my guy? What's good?
Yeah, what up, grind? But yeah, if you're paying attention to the signs, man, some of the signs were telling you, hey, man, this is not where you want to be right now. Some greed kind of tells you to stay in the market. It might go up just a little bit more, but when you have those huge signs kind of telling you, hey, we're gonna have a pullback, we did not get past this resistance. Sometimes it's kind of wrap it up, stable.
Absolutely, and it's one of those things where you can look at a chart. If you've been around Cuff's channel long enough, you know what I'm talking about. You can learn a little bit, and you can kind of understand, like, once we get to those levels, like Cuff pulled out, he'll pull a chart out, and you can see it. If we continue to like bump into it and never get above it, it's one of those things where you can kind of start to understand and know kind of what's going to happen outside of some major catalyst, like we had here recently, with what 100,000 Ethereum getting hacked by Bybit, which
Yeah.
is which has played a part. I think the Bybit hack honestly isn't playing as much of a part as it is as those tariffs, the tariffs that are happening. I think that's got some people scared a little bit and wondering what's going to happen there.
Yeah, well, me personally, I think it's a mixture of it. Just because, one, I think that if you're a retail buyer and you're just getting into cryptocurrency and you avoided all the FTXs and everything else that happened previously, you're looking at this like, damn, man, what is this? What's going on? What's happening? You know what I mean? Like, is crypto over with? You know what I mean? That's a real narrative for people who haven't been here for a while. So there's that panic that comes into play. Then there's also the panic that's being driven by the people who are kind of like facilitating a lot of the dumping in the market. So there's a bit of manipulation, I feel like, also, just because we've had nothing but bullish times. So if you're looking at how the regular and natural state of cryptocurrency is, usually there's a euphoric state, then there's that state of just reality. I feel like that reality check that kind of comes in, that moment to where it kind of humbles the market a little bit to allow everybody to let everybody know we're really trading with money still. This is not just a game. You know what I mean? Like, some people,
Right.
you get to making money out here in the market. People make a significant amount. The space turns wild. Tokens are named Fartcoin and all this other stuff, and people make money and they're happy. You know what I mean? And then there's
Right.
the reality check of the market to where we're like this, you know what I mean, kind of stagnant. Nothing's really running right now. There was a I think it was Watcher Guru actually put out a post saying that Pump Fund has the lowest volume that they've ever had, period, today. I think it was like a hundred, I think barely breaking 100 million or something like that. And if you're familiar with Pump Fund and their the volume that they normally have, that's definitely saying a lot. Let me see if I can find that Watcher Guru.
And I actually saw just an article just a while ago. I'm going to look for it. But yeah, grind time. I saw that quote that since the markets have been rough, I know you've been touching grass, man. I've been touching a lot of golf course grass, a lot of it. And honestly, we're getting the game, dialed in. We're getting it dialed in pretty good, steadily in the 80s. So I'll take that. Still trying to break 70. If you combine, I play a lot of 9 holes at a time, just like after work or something. So if you combine like 2 9 holes, I broke 70 once. I broke 80 once.
Speaking of breaking things, it seems like somebody broke the market. Like, look at the amount that was wiped out from the cryptocurrency market.
Man, that is a lot of zeros.
It's a lot of red.
10 zeros. Yeah, that is a lot of red.
It's a lot of red.
That is
what I'm paying attention to right there. Like
yeah.
that's nutty. Just for just in one sitting. Like that's a lot of money to move anywhere. I don't care if it was in and out of a bank or just from and to anywhere is that's a large sum right there.
Yeah, $100 billion is a lot.
Well, $110 billion. You got to put some respect on that. That's 10 extra $1 billion. Like $10 billion is crazy.
Hand up accountability. Hand up, my bad. I apologize. My bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, 110 billion. That's a billion with a B. That's a lot of money. But when you think about it, for those that have been around and we've seen the euphoria of the last bull run turn into the longest, hardest bull or bear market. If you go back to the last bull run, even Bitcoin when it was running, I think it got to like 64K and then had a pullback to like 30K, and then took off. So it allows people to take profits, and then it allows new buyers an opportunity to get in at a lower level. But when you see $110 billion go out of the market, it hurts the heart. It hurts the heart when you're in this when you're in the Web3 game. It hurts.
Yeah, and look at this one right here. So just earlier, within a 60-minute period, $340 million was liquidated from the cryptocurrency market. So within 60 minutes, $340 million just moving throughout the market, which that's not unheard of, don't get me wrong, but like just moving out and stabling or getting the hell away from cryptocurrency at this current time period is definitely screams, hey, people are running for the hills. Definitely could cause a little bit more panic if you're kind of watching whale activity and don't understand it. So it's getting crazy out there, guys. So you gotta definitely
It really is. And speaking of that pump fund you were talking about, I found an article. So if you're over on CoinDesk, you can actually find that they're having to like pivot a strategic miscalculation. That's a tough look. So
yeah,
it's a meme coin factory. It's
a lot of money goes through there. A lot of money, and for 100 million is still a lot. It's still a lot of money. Don't get me wrong. You know what I mean? Like, absolutely. I'm not saying that that's like chump change, but as far as what they normally do on a daily basis in volume, that's chump change. I feel like especially after Trump launched that token, like so many tokens went through Pump Fund. It was ridiculous. The volume was ridiculous, but I already understood that had to taper off at some point. Like, we're not just gonna stay that bullish and just keep running and projects keep, you know what I mean, coming out and doing well. It just doesn't work out like that, especially since Solana is known for being a pump and dump factory. So nobody has launched a credible project on Solana until In the Meantime token, which shameless plug there, and just letting you guys know I'll be touching on a segment with them also, but only project I know.
In the Meantime actually got me to download TikTok. Straight up. Like I have never in my life had a TikTok until like what, 2 weeks ago, week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, something like that. Compliments of In the Meantime.
Yeah. I think something that's really big for me, just for, like I said, not so many like long-term projects are launched on Solana. Like I don't know if I can think of one. Like, can you think of a long-term project or a utility project that got launched on Solana that's still doing well?
Outside of Solana?
No, on Solana, that was launched on
Yeah,
Solana.
Solana's the only thing that I know that is long term on Solana. Outside of in the meantime, I think that I like what they're doing there, and shameless plug, not paid, not making any money off of. I just like the project and the people in the community, which is a big time thing when you have a community. I love that. But yeah, I don't know of it. Like, we'll see what Trump can do with Trump coin. Well, not necessarily Trump, but like we'll see what Trump coin can do. Melania, that was maybe not the best idea.
I think
To do that.
that's long shot right there. So like
Oh,
if you just got like some extra money that is just like, you know what, the market's fucked up. I don't know what to focus on. I'm just gonna sit something somewhere and then go eat a sandwich or something. You know what I mean? Like I may try a bag of Milana, but I just don't see why it run. I didn't see why it was running when it came out. So when it went down, I wasn't surprised. I'm like, okay, cool.
yeah. I'd rather just take a melatonin than a Melania.
Yeah, it's I don't know about that one. Trump, I think may be a long-term project, but long-term in a sense of you're the president, you can't rug America. So
Yeah,
I just, you know what I mean? But long-term in a sense of, hey, this is gonna keep gradually growing and it's gonna make a new all-time high. Like that shit kind of came out, kind of showed you what its peak potential was, it looked like, and came down. It's like, all right, now guys, we're gonna gradually build up to what our peak potential is. You know what I mean? It was just so much volume in that project that it went up to 85 like billion, and that's just, you know what I mean, it's ridiculous within a couple of days to be able to accomplish that. So
yeah. The amount of money that came through on Trump the day that it got launched is it's crazy. Like I personally have never seen any type of volume like that come into a project that quick, that fast, and it basically was a tweet.
yeah.
Like one tweet, and it created like it went to like what 80, like
So
you said,
watch.
$85.
Well, we'll get him getting elected. He's so watched, but this also
Absolutely.
brings what I was saying full circle. So much volume came on to Solana, and yeah, some people may have stabled up. You know what I mean? Because you stable on Solana also. So some people may have stabled up. Some people still might be playing with some money in the market because things still move. Like right now, like even though it's only 100 million going through pump fund, there's still a lot of money. There's still a lot of projects that are coming out. There's still a lot of things that are launching onto decks pretty much. So, but with that being said, you launching a legitimate project and being able to prove that your project is legitimate and having a strong community behind you, and being on Solana and being one of the only projects that's on Solana that's actually able to accomplish that and get that type of notoriety for your project, that could be explosive. You know what I mean? Like
Nice.
the amount of volume that is just sitting, the amount of money that is just sitting on the Solana blockchain from all of these different projects, from people making money on it. You know what I mean? And of course, you also have a bunch of people who tried to play the game and did not make the amount of money that everybody else did, that are going to be waiting and looking for projects on Solana that they can put some money in and not have to like wake up sweating because they slept too long and their alarm went off and they didn't hear it to go check the chart. You know what I mean? So
Good.
like people, that money is going to find legitimate projects on that blockchain. There's not going to be too many of them, but in the meantime, it's definitely I feel like one of the options that you have with utility, a strong community, options for growth, and a team that's trying to push it to billions. So
Facts, yeah, and like you said, I mean, there's a couple like Ryan said, Ponky or however you pronounce it. They got so many weird names. Is it Ponky? Ponky?
Ponky, hell through
Yeah,
slime. Okay.
and I think a Bonk. Bonk is another one on Solana. But I had to go look that up. Not off the top of my head, I didn't remember that.
Yeah.
But
No,
yeah,
Bonk has a nice community. You know what I'm saying, nice size community. You got the Bonk bot. You know what I mean. You got some different things going for Bonk. You know what I mean. But I think like mainstream wise, like Bonk, Trump, I'm really gonna have to investigate the blockchain because I'm not the biggest Solana maxi in the world. I'm not gonna lie to you. Now, did I make some money on Solana? Yeah, but it wasn't because I'm a maxi. It's because that's where the volume was. Like the volume was on base for a bit. You know what I mean? People were able to really make some money and capitalize on base because people fluctuated from the extreme gas fees on Ethereum to base.
Right.
Then the volume went to Solana. Well, the people are already DJing on Solana. That's what it was for. It's like a DJ meme coin zone. But when it came down to Trump going over there, that's when the volume really went over there. Like base, Ethereum, everything pretty much got ignored from there. So
Yeah, I know that's true because, like, you know, I used to do, you know, I used to gamble and play in the, you know, the ape store, and man, it's like as soon as Solana and Trump and all that came out, I mean, it was like
dead,
you know,
right?
man,
You can
you'll
see
find
the
a
tumbleweeds.
like you know it's rough when you got the same like king of base for like a week.
Yeah.
Like that's tough. That's tough.
Or you see the same recently launched project over
Right.
day over and day over again. You know what I mean? Like that's how you know volume is slow, because usually you have a couple projects launch off of, you know what I mean, the Ape Store. You know, it's not
Yeah.
one or two, it'd be a few of them. But the same
Every
project
week.
over and over again, you know what I mean? Like that's showing rough value. But I did go back and check, and I'm like, damn, it is dead. People tried to launch the same tokens that were doing well on Solana over there, which that's something that happens too. But it was not working. The volume was not there for that to happen. But man, with that,
Yeah,
let's go
you'll
ahead.
see while you're looking at you'll see a lot of projects like that, you know, on Pump Fund and Ape Store, that projects that launch that do kind of good, have a little bit of a name. Next thing you know, they try to capitalize on a different chain. So
Yeah, definitely. But with that, let's look at the just overall market and kind of what we're looking at here. So we got a $3 trillion global market cap for cryptocurrency right now, which is not horrible. It could be worse, but it is pretty bad looking overall at what we were. I think we like the highest were like 3.2 or 3.3 or so like that. So we've definitely lost some volume out of the market. Volume is up in a sense of people are transacting on the blockchains. So volume doesn't like mean per se that the charts are just going up. Just because you see that green line going up indicating that volume's going up, that's a lot of people exiting. That's a lot of money that's like coming out of the market, not being traded right now. People are stable
right.
and stuff like that. So that's why you're seeing that uptick in the volume. But as you can see,
And
you've been seeing that for some time.
the volume is buys and sells added together.
Yeah.
So I mean that's basically what that is. So like, yeah, it looks great. That big green line looks great, but then you got to realize that big red line right above it, that's a lot of sell pressure. And so that big green line on the volume side is a lot of that selling pressure that you're seeing. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, no, but I want people to pay attention to stuff like this too, because these are, if you can't read charts, you can read sentiment. The global market cap's going down. What you can see is steady like decrease in the global market cap, which means that money's leaving out of the market. But you can see a steady increase in the volume, which means that the money is going in one direction at that point. You know what I mean? As far as this increase in the volume, that means the increase is a increase in selling pressure.
right.
So as you can see it indicating by, like I said, the global market cap kind of going down. So that tells you that larger entities and investors are getting out of the market pretty much, which I'll show you on the chart also, and my smart money indicator, kind of showing you guys that portion. But
Yeah, absolutely. You got a lot of people that have a lot of, you know, the Bitcoins, the Ethereum on their books, and here's a chance to make some profit, and then wait for it to, you know, to dip a little bit, and then buy even more at a cheaper price to bring that dollar cost average down. So now they, you know, you went from having 100 Bitcoin, you sell, now you can buy 110 Bitcoin, you know, so you just continually, next thing you know, their books will be even bigger and heavier with those top 5, you know, those blue chip projects.
yeah, and a lot of people like right now be like, man, like all of this stuff is on fire sale right now, guys, this, that, and the third. But I don't get me wrong. I think that it is, but it isn't. You know what I mean? It is if you're not savvy enough to be able to look at a chart and find good levels to invest at. Like anytime you can buy at a lower price than what you previously bought at, you're doing good. So if you bought XRP at $3 and you're buying it right now at $2.32, like, and you bought a decent amount and then it goes down to $1.50, like, yeah, you lost out on some money. But if you're not a trader and you're looking at it as an opportunity to now buy pretty much at 50% less than what you bought previously, you know what I mean? You bought at $3. Now you're getting a chance to buy at $1.50. You know what I mean? If you're looking at it as an opportunity wise, rather than trying to find opportunities to trade, trying to locate a bottom, sometimes that's hard for different people. But if you can buy, if you bought it at $3 because you just learned about it, thought it was a good opportunity, didn't want to miss out, don't know about the market, then you bought it $2.32 because it was cheaper than what you bought it at previously. You know what I mean? It's like your favorite item going on sale. So you buy it, then you see it, the market's still bad right now. We don't know what our bottom's going to be just yet. Anybody who tells you they know what the bottom is I think lying. You can only suggest or guess what it possibly can do.
Yeah, you can get some ranges, but like
yeah, because we don't know how bad this is going to get. So
right.
It can get pretty bad. Trump could say something out the blue that kind of shakes the world up or shakes up just our economy as a whole that takes us to a different level. So it really depends, man. But it's not bad you buying lower, especially if you're not a trader and you're just looking at it as a dollar cost average opportunity. So that's
absolutely
cool. No, what's your perspective on that? You know what I mean? Like, what's your mindset when looking at it?
I mean, it's one of those things where anytime you can bring that dollar cost average down, it's you're able to increase your bag position if it's something that you have conviction on. Like if it's a play that you truly believe in and you think has a really good chance of doing something in the future, increasing your bag, it's like you said, you see red, that's a sell. To me, I like to buy things on sale. It's cheaper and I get it. So anytime you're able to dollar cost average, and we've been around so many times to where we've seen red days, we've seen red weeks, we've seen red months, we've seen red years. It's rough. It is brutal. But like I said, it's an opportunity. Now it's an opportunity either way. It's an opportunity for you to panic and completely get out and be done with it, or it's an opportunity for you to double down and actually, increase your position in that and bring your cost down, your average cost down on a project, to where now you have a bag and you're able to build that bag up. And so it really is an opportunity. Red days are opportunities. Green days are profit days. That those are the days when you want to sell on good days. Buy low, sell high. That's the name of the game.
Yeah, I look at it. It's really a mindset thing. I feel like, because if you look at it like this, let's just say XRP again, you bought it at $3. It really didn't go too much higher than $3. So you know what I mean. So for you to sell, you know what I mean, at that point, you didn't really make too much money. If you panic sell because it's going down, you're gonna lose money, and you're just gonna retain the small amount that you know what I mean. Like you're only gonna save so much by selling at that point, and you officially take the loss if you sell. You know what I mean. So if it's you buy $3, you're like, oh shit, it went down to $2.70. My God, they're talking about it may go down lower. Let me sell now. You know what I mean. So my perspective is like I said, you didn't have too many opportunities to make money. It didn't go up too much higher. It's going down, so that means that you're in a loss right now. You don't physically take that loss until you sell it, you know what I mean, or it's on paper. So if I buy in DCA, you know what I mean, if I know it's going to go lower, I can wait for an opportunity for it to go lower and I'm comfortable. Or if I don't know about charts, I can, like I said, buy this 230. Then you know what I mean, kind of wait it out. Don't use all my firing power to buy the 230, because like I said, if there's a chance it can go lower, you know what I mean, save some, you buy it lower, bam, now you DCA'd and you have a nice bag. Now when it goes back up to that $3, $4, $5 range, you're sitting really nice right now. You can even take some profits at that range rather than having to wait for an extended period of time because you just sat on it and it went down and then it went back up because you were in this depressed state. You know what I mean? So a lot of opportunities. I think it's just your mindset and the perspective of how you kind of just look at things. So,
and it like I said it a lot, especially way back when. It's have a plan, like have a game plan of what you want to do. Like just don't be like throwing dollars at the wall to see what happens. Like if you actually have a game plan, like granted you can throw dollars at the meme world and you can gamble. We do it often, but like when it comes to like projects like your plays, your positions that you believe in the future, man, it like you said, you have an opportunity.
yeah.
What you do with that opportunity, it can go either way. I remember way back when we were worried about the overall global crypto market losing the $1 trillion market, like going we almost went under $1 trillion if we didn't go right below it. And now we're talking about, man, we're panicking because we went from a $3.4 trillion market cap to a $3 trillion market cap.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where like if you got in 2 or 3, 4, 5 months ago, this is pretty shocking. If you've been around the game for a little while, you just know that sometimes markets have to breathe.
Yeah. And this is as far as the new lows that we're about to create here. This is not bad at all. We're still well above what the previous all-time high was, and not the previous like what we made during this run, but like the previous during the previous bull run. Like
like 65K or something like that, 64K.
Yeah, we're still well above that. I'm gonna look at the chart, but I think I have it mapped out to where the possible bottom is still above the all-time high. So that's a possibility for us to maintain that range, especially on Bitcoin, and that's great. Ethereum not doing the best at a small pump once they actually pay back those funds from Bybit. That was kind of bullish because that wallet got blacklisted, which means that they won't be able to move or do anything with that Ethereum. So that's kind of just out the equation, and then they had to replace their supply. So definitely was some bullish nature for Ethereum for a little bit, but other than that, not too many catalysts for Ethereum. But just looking at Bitcoin's at 88,755. 700. Look, can't even talk. Can't even say numbers. 88,755 right now. It's down 3.1% on the 24-hour period, almost 7% on the 7-day. So not horrible, but definitely taking a hit. It's kind of leveling out. I don't know if you guys noticed beforehand, Bitcoin was doing a lot better than Ethereum. Right now, it's just the entire market kind of taking a hit, and not really more so Bitcoin dominance kind of taking over. So Ethereum's at 2,400 right now, almost 2,500, down almost 1% on the 7 days, about 6%. So really similar to Bitcoin. XRP took a little bit more of a hit, but it's up 1.6%. So I think XRP is going to bobble up and down for a little bit with the market, but I think overall it will come down a bit more with the market also. Might look into that chart and see if there's any potentials to kind of find in a bottom. I've been pretty good at finding and locating bottoms, at least for certain time frames and ranges. I think that's pretty solid. So take it with a grain of salt, though. Do your own research, of course. BNB is at 623. BNB had a nice little run. I don't know how you felt about that little run it had with the meme coins for a bit.
Which one?
No, the BNB network just as a whole. So when CZ started to tweet, there were some meme coins came out by CZ, and just BNB as a whole kind of exploded for a little bit with volume. So it kind of went from base to the volume exploding on Solana to a lot of the Solana volume trickling over to BNB. A lot of people who probably wouldn't even have traded on BNB were transitioning over there just because people that were trading on Solana were mentioning BNB plays. I got one queued up. It was what was it? CZ's tattoo and
his
broccoli.
dog.
Yeah, broccoli, dog. So yeah. So how did you feel about the whole BNB meme fad?
Real quick, Wino, what's good, man? What's good? What's good? B&B is like Woody from Toy Story. He was our favorite like toy. We got to play really cheap with him when last Bull Run. We got to hang out. Then we got Buzz Lightyear. Then you get all the new toys, new shiny things come around. Some negatives come out about B&B. CZ does some jail time, serves of sentence. Throw the fours up for him, CZ or
Yeah.
CZ. It always gets me when they say CZ. Like that always throws me off. Like everywhere else, Australia, they kill me with that. Anyways, but B&B, like it's like the old friend that you hadn't seen in a while. And then all of a sudden you reconnect and you're like, oh man, I forgot how these gas fees are cheap too. That's I like this. So and then you got CZ who has been out for a while and then comes back and now it's like the Elon Musk tweets or the Trump tweets. He kind of has that same power in our little corner of the world. In crypto, CZ is a big time name, and so it comes with some weight, especially when you're going to see he posts a picture of a dog. Next thing you know, you're going to see some volume running into a bunch of dog memes.
Yeah, broccoli had a lot of volume. I don't know if you saw that
Man.
one, but it had a lot of fucking volume. Like, but I think that the BNB side of things, like the Solana one was definitely a phase, but Solana's always going to have some type of value meme wise. But BNB, I felt like was a phase, and like as soon as the market started to deplete, pretty much, I haven't really heard about any BNB plays doing well or really running like that anymore. So I think that that's going to start to like phase out. Solana will still be a factor because Trump's still on Solana, and Solana was already a factor in the beginning for memes. I think that base starts to pick back up a little bit of steam until something kind of really happens that like pulls more volume towards Solana. But yeah, I just don't I don't see the BNB phase kind of lasting that long.
Maybe not, but I mean, BNB as itself, you look at it, it's up almost 100% on the year. But sometimes you got to zoom out and look about, look what it's done overall for a long period of time. And so over the year, a year ago, it was like $300 and some dollars. And now BNB's 623.
Yeah.
Got up to over $700. So
no, I'm a fan of BNB. Don't get me wrong. I was telling people
yeah.
when it was like $200. I'm like, dude, this is that we want to just park some money. You know what I mean? And
right.
It's going over $1,000.
Yeah, BNB would be a blue chip for me. BNB would be a blue chip. Now you got meme coins that come out on it. Yeah, the meme section of BNB. I don't know how much dominance it's going to have or how many big time plays are going to come out of the BNB network. But BNB as a whole, man, it's definitely one that I would and have just kind of put some money in and just kind of let it sit there for a little bit.
Man, I honestly think Sue or Sui, however you guys want to pronounce it, I think that flips BNB at some point.
You think so?
Yeah, at least market cap wise. I think that it's getting a lot of adoption. A lot of things are kind of out over there. There's not too many other blockchains that are gonna rival it at this point. Like that's like the new up and comer. It's even doing better than what Avalanche is doing. Avalanche has been around for a bit longer. So interesting to watch.
So what you're saying is I need to buy some Sui. Somebody can give me actual pronunciation of that. Be great.
Look, hey, I didn't even see this at first. Don't sleep on Sui yet, but literally, I was just saying that. Like, I think that actually might flip BNB. I don't know about Solana just because if Solana continues to get adoption from memes and just from other larger entities inside of that space, like it has because of the Trump token. Like I think that kind of opened a gateway for Solana to do really well. So no, but they're one blockchain failure away from kind of losing even more of that momentum. So we'll see how that pans out. I think another one to watch is Dogecoin. A lot of people are asleep on it. Elon is in the perfect position to really push this thing to a really high point to get it to where it's like a couple of dollars rather than like a couple quarters for Dogecoin. Not to mention that a a lot of people don't talk about it, but there's some decent NFTs that are actually listed on the Dogecoin chain also. So you can actually use your Dogecoin to buy the NFTs on there. One of them that I looked at for a little bit. I'm kind of waiting for the controversy to kind of clear up with that, because you gotta buy that bottom instead of buying the top. But Doja No Dogs is one that's on there, popular one. It was a free mint. I think the peak that I've seen it at was like 3 or 4K, and now it's at like I think like $1,600-$1,700, something like that. But
Dang.
yeah, but you can buy those NFTs with Dogecoin. So it's just interesting kind of seeing the different chains. And I think that different chains are gonna have their day when NFTs really start hitting their peak. And that's gonna be a big topic on the streams too. Because I love NFTs. I don't dislike NFTs just because they're not doing the best right this second. A lot of projects I've been in no longer around or trying to revive, which 9 times out of 10, most projects that have been down for a while, usually the morale's already gone. So it just really depends on what type of project, what type of holders you got. Sometimes you got strong holders in there and they're able to kind of shake things up. So it just really depends. But man, I'm going to be looking on Doge, ETH. There's Solana NFTs. A lot of different spectrums to dive into, especially with the type of money that I plan on trying to make this year. I want to dabble on so many different blockchains and kind of use it for content purposes, and kind of go from there.
Yeah, NFTs are fun. NFTs, we dove deep into NFTs back in the day. we were all about some NFTs. And we played hard in the NFTs. And Wino, I definitely bread and butter was the BNB memes back in the day.
Yeah,
cheap gas fees, man. What's your thoughts on Saitama trying to come back?
Define trying to come back. So you would have to expand on your question a little bit. So they've been trying to come back for a bit now. They've had a couple different tokens on Solana, not to mention the one on BNB ETH. So I think you're talking about the new team right this second. So that's to me, and this is just me being as honest as possible, I think that's another one of those situations to where like the community, the holders, the morale, everybody's kind of been through so much that people don't know what to expect at this point, especially with all of the different changes and whatnot. So I think time is going to be the best thing on their side, and making it through this kind of bearish segment of what's going on right now in the market. If they can make it through that part, I honestly feel like that there's possibilities of anything happening. Saitama had an epic run. It will definitely be known throughout the Web3 space for a long time. And I'm saying the original one that ran up to billions of market cap, which was crazy at that time. It was unheard of. And just how it happened and how so many people got in so early and so much money was made, it was just crazy. So that's always going to be a thing. It's always going to be around. I feel like the narrative will be there. So is that particular one going to be the one where the community kind of comes behind? Because that's what it really takes. It takes for the original parts of the original community, doesn't have to be the whole, but parts of the original community kind of getting behind that and pushing. And if they can't get the original community behind to push, then new people to adopt the movement, because I think that was really the bigger seller for Saitama, the family like feel, the community, and just everything that they kind of had going on at that point. So what about you, Justin? What do you
think? I personally, and I hope it does well. I hope that they are able to succeed. I want projects to win. For me, Saitama just left a bitter taste. And I think a lot of folks have that, they think of Saitama and it hurts a little bit. And a lot of it. And like you said, best play to date. That was a lot of people. So I think that they have a very, very large, very steep uphill climb. But if the community can keep, keep doing what they're doing and continue to be around, I think it has a chance. For me, it's just, man, it's just a bitter bitter taste from what it was. Some people, I think, just want to forget about Saitama and let it be and move on to something else. While other people that were in the community, they want to try to bring it back. They want to try to bring that community vibe that it was. I mean, we lived we made our YouTube career on Saitama and that community, and we're here doing YouTube because of it. So I'm very thankful, very appreciative of it. But I think a lot of people have just, it's kind of fool me once,
Yeah.
burn me once.
Well, I will say that Saitama was the template of what you want your community to do. Like, not as diehard as they were, but like if you can have people that believe in what you're building enough to want to tell people, want to get more people in, and to push the product, like even so more than a team at some points. You know what I mean? So like there were people running Twitter Spaces 24/7. There were people doing YouTube giveaways. Like the community was really involved in the project, and I feel like that's something that needs to happen for projects to be successful, and that's any project to be successful, because when you see these projects come out and they're super hyped up and they're over marketed and they do really well and they go up thousands of percents in 24 to 48 hours, majority of that going up is hype from the community, people believing that the project actually has a chance of making some type of return. So that's a lot of that pushing is coming from the community. It's not the dev team. Yeah, they did proper marketing, they got it out, the word's out, people know about it, so the FOMO is created, so that draws money in. But the rest of it is being pushed by the community, the marketing being expanded because people saw the product and now they're pushing it. So that's something that's needed. But Grind says, how do you feel about Ape Chain? What you got on Ape Chain, Justin?
I don't know much about Ape Chain. I'm not going to sit here and try to finagle my way through it. I don't know much about Ape Chain, so I'm going to defer that to you if you have more knowledge on it.
Well, I'm not really a maxi of Ape Chain, but I think that just due to the caliber of people who kind of deal with Ape Chain, I think that at some point it has its day. I think that it's just going to do kind of like what Solana or Base or anybody else is doing. No, volume wise, but I do think that it has its day to where it's doing well. It has a nice amount of volume and things are moving on that side of town, but it's not currently something that's on my radar right this second. But
right, and it only takes one play to come off of Ape Chain to make it like relevant and to make it get more eyes on it. And that may be what it takes, just to get more eyes on it to people, because a lot of folks, if you weren't around in the last bull run, or if you haven't been in the game for a minute, you may not even know what Ape Chain is. So
I think that that might have its day closer towards when NFTs are kind of doing their thing again.
I could see that. I could definitely see Ape Chain being kind of like maybe like a player in the NFT game. Maybe not like the number one, but like I could see that happening where an Ape Chain is like an NFT go-to.
And with that, I want to dive into the Bitcoin chart because I don't want to make this too long. But things I want to point out, which is why I went to the month chart right away, is if you look at, this is my smart money indicator. So red is going to be a smart money, green is going to be a retail money, yellow is kind of everything in between at that point. So what you're looking at is like patterns pretty much. So if you look at the pattern of when this indicator maxes out as far as smart money being inside of the market, you see top signs. So we get to the top here, you start seeing wicks indicating price action getting rejected, gets pushed down. So with this pullback, people still might have been bullish because the smart money is still inside of the market right now, right? So it got a little dip, recovers, goes back up, bam, looking good. Once again, top side on this smart money indicator, and you get wicks again from the price action indicating rejection. So Now at this point, you start to see the smart money dissipating from the market. And if you follow my cursor here as the smart money leaves, you see the chart literally deplete. The chart depletes until the smart money completely leaves and dissipates from the market and begins to come back in. So as it leaves, it looks to find a floor. So this would be where it's finding its floor at right there. So finds a floor around this range, and then smart money begins to buy, because this is a range to where buying will be encouraged, and this is a good buy around this range. So smart money comes back in. Bam, as you're starting to see smart money come back in, you're starting to see the uptrend come in. Small pullback and then goes back up. Smart money is really coming back into the market right now. Bam, once again, hit a top side. Then you see price indicating with the rejection right there. Doesn't completely start to pull back. Goes back up and recovers. Bam. Now we're currently once again top side to where we're at our peak pretty much of where smart money is inside of the market. So usually, as we can see from these patterns, once we hit this peak, we have a pullback. And once we have a pullback, we find a consolidation range, and then smart money comes back into the market, and we're able to, pull back and go back up. So would you, just looking at it, because I know you don't like chart super hard like that, Justin, what do you see from these patterns, and what do you predict could possibly come within the near future?
I mean, just looking at the pattern where the smart money is kind of right now, I think, man, this is where predictions get you in trouble. No, but I think smart money right now is kind of idle, where it could be sitting there waiting. We could have a little bit more pullback with some retail coming in, but I mean, long term, I think the smart money comes. I think we have a little bit of pullback. Smart money, they're taking their profit right now, waiting for that complete to find the floor again, and then to load back up. And I think if we can, like I said, if we continue to bump these levels here and get rejected, when we go through them, and go past them, it's going to be big time.
Yeah.
Quackpots in the building. What's good, Quackpots?
What's going on? Appreciate that, Wino. Appreciate that.
Yeah, most definitely appreciate that. Cover's definitely grinding way harder than I am right now. I promise you, I can tell you that. But I'm trying to catch up, slowly but surely.
Yeah, man. It's all fun, man. I like doing content just because I feel like it helps people. A lot of people do content in different ways. I do content to where I like to help people. I do promotional content, and I have sponsors and stuff like that. Like right now, the sponsor is In the Meantime. I will have other sponsors and stuff like that, but I only do long-term sponsorships with like companies and projects that I actually believe have a long term in the space or have a potential of growth. I would like to catch like early projects, like latch onto them while they're in their infancy stage, you know what I mean, and kind of kind of build and grow with them. So in the meantime, I think it's definitely in the infancy stage and early opportunity to really benefit. And there's going to be other projects that come out that are in that early stage to where it's not all glitter and gold, you know what I mean? They're building, there's just so much value there. It just takes for people to understand the value and for them to see the value and for people to want to push the project and product. But this particular blockchain I have not heard of. As far as like bridging and everything like that, I've actually been using the TikTok swap by In the Meantime. It's actually really quick. The fees are really low. It's a lot of blockchains that you can actually utilize. It's anonymous, so if you don't like people tracing your wallet or people watching what you're doing, or if you just want to transition from one wallet to another wallet without people watching and trying to see everything that you're doing, that pocket watching stuff is real in Web3. Great swap to utilize, you know what I mean? So stay A9 and low fees. It's fast. You don't have to wait for it. Simple Swap takes a while. Simple Swap was my go-to at first, to be honest. Now I'm utilizing the TikTok swap. It's faster. all the same chains are on there. I can do all the same things and not have to worry about the speed of my transactions. So
Yeah, that's, I mean, being able to not have to worry about your speed and being able to bridge between blockchains and things like that. That's big time. I have not used their swap, but Cuff, Cuff says he's used it and he's liking it. Cuff does a lot more than I do. So
yeah, most definitely. But the points that I was trying to point out with this chart really quick is that from just looking at the technicals of what we've had from the chart we have, it's definitely indicating that we got some things. Hold on, give me 1 second.
Yeah. I mean, to me, it looks like we're, the blue line is the average. It looks like it's a little overbought, so we might see a little bit of that blue line come back, pull back, which is what we're seeing right now. Now, once those lines get closer together across, you can really start to see a lot of goodness there. So as let's go. Quackpot's asked about XLL. AXL, wow, letters. I don't know much about it. I remember, I know I heard about it, and I think it went up to like over $1. I don't even know what it is right now. Let me see what it. Like 43 cents. I mean, it's like everything else it's not bad. Like $400 million market cap, $20.5 million 24-hour volume. So. And it definitely is something that's I will look into. I don't, like I said, I don't know much about it right now, but it's been around for a while. So when did it come out? Let's see here.
All right, 2022.
No, you good.
All right, so
hey, Wino, appreciate you for coming in, man. Definitely.
All right. So with this, so me personally, Bitcoin's holding the best out of everything right now. I feel like still looking nice. Even on the MACD, it's not looking like it's going to have a dramatic pullback or anything like that. But sudden or bad news can definitely change that. So,
right.
Let's go on the week chart. Week chart looks a little bit different. It's going to take the month chart longer to actually react to the price action than any other time frame. But this can easily, as this month develops, starts to pull down and show that it's going to indicate that it'll come down for a little bit. Worst case scenarios that I'm kind of seeing. So my best case, worst case scenario is right here, which is about 69.70K. As you can see, from where it got rejected at to where it actually finally bounced and had its uptrend at and hasn't really looked down since. This is its strongest support level right here. This yellow line. So this is if we do go into like a catastrophic kind of pullback type of situation where I see it kind of bouncing and maintaining it. If it does not bounce and maintain around this range, we are going into just an all-out just pullback at that point. You know what I mean? So our last resort at that point would be like 60K, which I don't see it getting that bad unless something in the world just goes horribly wrong. So I think that we maintain at the very least above 69.70K as a support level. So yeah, that's a kind of where I'm seeing it.
And while you were gone, I was kind of looking at the MACD just to kind of gauge where I thought it was. On the month, it still looked like we had a little bit more before we crossed over to come down a little bit. So yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if we, like you said, pull back into those ranges. If we drop down to that 69-70K range, I would not be surprised. I wouldn't be shocked. I hope it holds above it, but that's me being hopeful as a trader. But the beautiful thing is the more tools you're able to use, like Cuff, like being here. Hey, if you're here, do us a favor, smash the like button for him. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. If you're over on Twitter, feel free to join the conversation. The shameless plug for Cuff. We haven't done that all stream. 55 minutes in, first one. So.
Yeah, I forgot.
but yeah, it's going. I think it takes a major announcement for it to, some major, catalyst for it to go below that 70K, or even to get down to it. 75 to, if we can get to 75 to right 80, that range, I think that's a little. I would be a lot happier with that than if we try to get it below the 70 range, because then it's like it's big. You got big jumps before the next level of support.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. So what I'm looking at right here, just looking at the week chart. So we have broken the support that we did have at about 89, 90K. So at this point, we have to either A, wake up, go back, hold this range, or close underneath, retest, and actually break above and utilize this as a support again for us to still remain in this target range of trading between 90 to 100K. If we don't either wake up and go above and still use this as support, or retest and actually go back, we're going to come into this pocket to where we're now utilizing 90K, 89K as a resistance and being pushed down and up in between 80 and 90K, which I don't think that this range holds too long. So that will turn our, what is this, 80K support into resistance, and we'll teeter totter in between 70 and 80K. And I think this is where we land and kind of consolidate until our next breakout. That's my personal opinion. You guys don't have to agree with it. I do think that we have a short-term pullback coming. Could settle at around 80K. I don't think that it's too probable. It could look like it's going to settle around 80K for a little bit and then possibly get pushed down a little lower. But I think that the price action really wants to push this around in between 70 to 80K and find a range around there and bounce and go back up to try to recreate some new all-time highs. But could not happen. You know what I mean? We'll see. It's hard to call exactly what price is going to do.
Yeah, time will tell. Time will tell exactly what's going to happen. It's just ones who are able to be patient and ride the wave.
Yeah. So with Ethereum's a bit different. So if you can look on the month chart, we're not at a peak for our smart money, but smart money started to come into the market around this range, and from announcements, things going on at that point, there was a decline in the price, and you see from there the smart money started to exit earlier than actually even hitting its peak. So you see what it hit its peak this time. We went up, we had a little bit of a run again, bam, smart money starts to leave, hit the bottom, bam, smart money starts to come back in, it raises up a little bit, and then smart money leaves back out of Ethereum again. So we're at a point to where smart money is leaving out of the market. So I don't think that we're going to hold this range that we're holding right now at about 2,400. It should try to go back up and retest this 2,700 range, or a little bit below 2,700. But I think that it's possibly going to get rejected just with the whole sentiments of the market right now. Unless something comes out and makes things bullish, we'll probably get a bit more pain coming in. So let me see. If I
personally
go ahead.
While you were drawing, I personally think Ethereum has if not the hardest hill to climb, one of, just because there's so many other blockchain options now, and the gas fees are not $1,000. Like we all remember last bull run where Ethereum was king. Everything was on Ethereum, but you had to have $1,000 to pull your $150 out, or whatever it was. Like that alone, it's hard to want to play over there when you're trying to play in the meme game where gas fees are that big. So I think Ethereum has a bigger hill to climb. It may not be as a big as runner that we've seen. It may take a little while, just because we have so many other options. You got BNB, Solana, base, I mean, base alone is exactly it's Ethereum just with cheaper gas fees.
Yeah.
So
Well,
that's my
remember,
2 cents on it. That's my 2 cents.
well, just remember I said what I said about Bitcoin. We'll see if it pans out or not. We'll check it. I told you I need to start clipping some of this stuff when I'm right. But how I'm seeing ETH play out is like I said, I think that it possibly will try to retest and go back up. I think it gets rejected around this range. So I'm going on a whim. Instead of having my blue line, I'm gonna red this out as this is a resistance level now at this point. So I think that it tries to find a home in between this 2,700 to this $1,900 bottom, because this is a really strong support level. If we break this, we're going to 1,100 to $1,000 on ETH. So we need to hold this $1,900 range. So I think that ends up at the end of the day, if Bitcoin continues to go down, ETH is going to hit at least 1,900, and that's where it's going to bounce, consolidate, and try to make its way back up at. So that's my 2 cents on ETH. It may have some short-term pumps in the meantime, but that's what I'm kind of looking at. I think we're getting close to seeing a $1,900 ETH coming to a studio near us.
In the meantime, yeah, like I said, I think ETH has a big uphill battle. Personally, this cycle,
Yeah,
long term, we'll see. I just think it's too bulky, too clunky. There's just so many options out there for it. That before there wasn't. You had BNB and you had Ethereum. Now there's just so many more options. Solana, Base. I mean, Quackpot said AXL. I mean, there's so many. Sui, SUI, or whatever. Have Sui. Like I said, there's just so many options for that.
Yeah, man. But I don't want to make this too long. I was going to look at XRP. I'll look at XRP next time. I will map out some levels of XRP because I do want to dive into where are we at. Bam. In the meantime, so a lot of people will look at the chart and be like, "Oh man, it's down right now." Me personally, with the catalyst that they have going for this particular cryptocurrency, I don't really view it like that. It's on the, what is this? Can I go day chart yet? Let's see. Squeeze this down a bit. All right, so day chart looking like it wants to go back up. So I actually put out a post, and the chart was on a 4-hour, I think it was on, and I was letting people know that we had a possible opportunity for a squeeze. So right around this range, if we would have got volume because of the support level that we had right here, this was a nice support level, and the squeeze in we had right here, if we would have got the correct amount of volume, we would have popped, went up. But the thing of the matter is we did not have the volume right there for us to actually continue up. So we hit still down and continued on our downtrend, found a bottom around this range, and around this range, we're trying to consolidate and once again, build up momentum to go back up again. So with that being said, I think the ultimate low of this one would be close to around where I actually called it for some people, which was around like 600K or so. We're sitting at right now a $1.3 million market cap. So with the catalyst that they have in the backfield, I think that this chart does well in the long term. But I think that this is one that you don't necessarily have to look at the price action and look at the chart. They actually maintain really well with daily volume. But even still, like with all of the things that are coming, the way that the team is driving, they're starting, in which they announced in their Twitter space that they're starting their mining protocol. So that mining protocol is going to allow them to do buybacks and burns on a chart, and also put some of that money towards other things to actually build up the project. So mining is going to be a bigger thing and actually create a large amount of revenue. So they're doing some test runs now. I think they said they're deploying about $10,000 just to see what that does, and they'll be doing some buybacks and burns, stuff like that from that. So gradually, they're going to be buying back and burning the token anyway. So there's going to be price action that actually causes a squeeze, and price is actually going to have scarcity to it as far as the actual token itself, because if they're continually buying it, people are finding out about it, people are DCAing and kind of getting more of the token. Eventually, especially if they're burning it, they're buying it and burning and taking out supply. You're going to have a price squeeze at some point. And this price action, like I said, is going to move fast because it's on Solana. It's a solid project on Solana, and it can be proven as a solid project on Solana. So that right there tells me that when volume comes to this project, it's going to be a lot of volume. It's going to break out, and we're going to see some pretty nice numbers on this project. This is going to be that consolidation kind of building stage. It went up to about 5 million or so as its all-time high, or like 5.2 million. That's about a little less than a 5x from here, even just that growth. So
right,
a lot of opportunity in this project. Is definitely a project to where I have some conviction into this. I think that the tap game is very interesting. I actually was sitting and playing that for an extended period of time until my hand cramped. So
my forearm, like I feel like I could forearm curl with my right hand a whole bunch just from playing the tap game.
Yeah. So this is tap game. My computer's been running a little bit slow. This is my actual profile. You see the good looking guy right there in the circle.
I think I have more than Cuff for the first time.
So
for the first time,
I'm playing a little bit. I got to get on it. So there's different things that you can actually do here to get boost. And when you do get the boost, so right now, if you go back to the tap game, it says +1, right? So if I go here, bam, click there.
So every time you tap it, you get one. You get 1 coin.
Go to YouTube. And then bam, out of nowhere, your fucking tap game disappears and you don't know where it is. All right.
I was about to say, bro, you're not showing the tap game.
I'm like, bam, you make the game disappear out of nowhere. Voila. But so you can see the different things you actually do. It actually makes you go to different things. You got different actions that you got to follow. And then I'll show you guys the end results afterwards. Let me get my full
you better start tapping as soon as you get done streaming, because you're using your boost right now for like.
Oh, it's calculated. It's calculated, sir.
I believe you.
And now you see it's that +1 and then ×6. So as you get to tapping it, you guys can kind of see. You can tap it rapid pace. Right now, I'm using the one finger lean in method right now.
Oh, see, I do it on my phone. So I got the.
But you can tap so much faster on the damn computer.
You're crazy. You're crazy.
Do you see how fast this is? Are you kidding me?
That's fast. Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute.
Double like here's the thing is you can double tap it. Like you can do this really fast, but then you do the same thing with 2 fingers.
Wait a minute. This is my double tap on the damn computer. Do you see how fast this is going, bro?
You're gonna break your mouse. You're gonna break your mouse.
First of all, this is a damn.
You were tapping. You were tapping really hard over there.
Yeah, I'm not even tapping hard. That's the thing.
But I wish I could like dual screen. Yeah, we hear it. Like, let me.
But do you like rapid? Like, oh yeah. Also, you want to pay attention to your stamina here. Your stamina is a big part. If you don't have stamina, you will be going nowhere. I do not think the upgrades are upgrading just yet, so don't worry about that part. If you go here, you can see how people are extremely goddamn excessive. I don't give a shit. This guy he's got to be cheating. There's no fucking way.
That's exactly what I said. Like
I've watched sat and tapped for a bit, and I was like, you know what? How my forearm feels. I know there's no damn way that 50 million. You've got to be shitting me. These other people, maybe.
And I have literally, like, the top 10 has been the same for a good little bit right now. and the top 10 is like not moving the way that number one is moving.
Dude, I started an
Like,
argument with some people about, yeah, man, I'll be looking at down on you guys, the leaderboard and shit. Little did I know and shit, there was fucking 10 people sitting there waiting to do nothing but tap and breathe. Like they're literally just breathing and tapping on this damn game.
man,
But that just shows you the addictiveness. He's right. I don't want to waste my boost, so I'm going to tap while I'm tapping. So the addictiveness of hold on, let me actually get a chart.
what's your rank right now? Right above your total,
5.
or right below your total.
25.
That's what level you're on.
You said rank? Oh, what the?
Yeah, go to scroll to the top. You see your total like 150 something. The little line right below it. What does that say?
Oh, that's not your. I don't think that's your rank. That's just your number.
Your place number.
9 or 9.
Place number. That moves. Yeah, that moves. If you're that rank, that's your ranking.
No, well, shit. If you're me, it doesn't move because you need to do a way more fucking tapping to get that to move.
What's it say over there? I'm
99, cause like.
Oh yeah. Step your game up 47 over here, baby.
Yeah, so you've been getting your tap on, and I can appreciate that. You still haven't made it to the leaderboard. God bless your heart, but it's okay.
Yeah, I got twice as many as you do.
Yeah, that's only for right now. I haven't been using my boost, but guys, if you guys do use your boost, there's challenges. You can invite people and get 5K. You can put a post out and share it.
5,000 of yours was me using your link. You're welcome.
Well, I don't even know if I got any of that. That was on the beta, so we'll see. We'll see if that actually transmits. If they drop my other like 200K back in my account, then maybe
200. If they drop you your 200K, you're real close to where I'm at.
Yeah, so I need.
And I will say when it comes to this product, like they have upgraded and upgraded and upgraded this game from like the very first version to where we are today. It is night and day, and so that just shows that the team is actually listening to feedback and trying to make this as good as they possibly can. And I love the fact that like you get, I don't know many other projects like you can tap a game and hit it. Are they done resetting it? Lord, I hope so.
Yeah, I know, right?
My 360, I
tapped so hard, and although I woke up like, yep, let me add to this, and it was just gone. I'm like, oh no.
Every time I get going, they bring me back to 0. Oh man. What I do, like that was happening a while back. The last week, I'll say it has been pretty smooth. So if you haven't done it in the last week or so, maybe try it again. But I will say that it has gotten better. And I was having a hard.
A bot once, yeah. Like I was tapping, like I'm a fast tapper. You guys can see it.
Oh, I get called a bot very quickly.
Yeah, so
the 2 finger, like you can't even see my fingers moving. They're just moving so fast.
If you don't get called a bot on this game, you're not tapping right.
Facts. That is like being called a bot on. Yeah. Hey,
level up, baby. All right, so leveled up literally on the stream, getting my tap on while I'm talking to you guys. But like I said, this tap game, it's pretty it's simplistic, but it's pretty fire. It's an easy way to get addicted. It's an easy way to earn. I mean, you're literally just tapping. So
right, and it's not something that you have to like jump through hoops and like it's really like you get how many you want by tapping it. Like if you want a bunch, you tap it a bunch. If you don't want the bunch, you don't tap it a bunch. Like you said, simple but easy. That old KISS slogan, keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah, and if you guys didn't know about the TikTok swap, also just really quick, says it literally right on there. Fees as low as 0.16%, which is low as shit. 5 to 8 minutes. This is fast compared to any other swap that I've seen. No KYC. Who the hell wants KYC in DeFi? Revenue sharing. So you do get to, as you share your link out there, so as you get more people to utilize your link, so you can actually go to share and earn, you get to earn some money, and you actually get to claim that money, and then you can actually utilize it. So that's actually pretty dope. I don't know so many people doing that and encouraging people to kind of be essentially affiliates and get their link out there, utilize it. And parts of the fees actually go back to buybacks on the chart. So you can't do wrong with doing a fast swap that's cheaper and on the same networks that you're trying to utilize. And it is easy to create an order. Like, you don't have to like jump through hoops to create it. My computer is running a little bit slow, so don't
How many windows do you have open right now,
bro? I have. I'm actually I'm buying like 12 terabytes worth of memory just for that purpose. But literally, you can swap on any network. Literally, bam, click ETH. We're doing ETH to ETH. How many tokens you're gonna send? I'm gonna send a fucking million. You know what I mean? Whatever. Bam, I need some Sol. I'm trying to go buy some Trump token. Sol on Sol. So bam, I need to put my wallet address. So it's real simple, pretty easy. You don't have to worry about anything kind of going wrong. Kind of walks you through each individual step. It's not overwhelming, and you get your cash. And you can do as little as $20 and as much as 50K. So being able to move 50K seamlessly and anonymously is clutch. And once again, wasting my bonus. All right. So
and another thing about the in the meme time is like every letter, like the ITMT, every letter stands for something.
Yeah, man. We're gonna dive so much.
Let y'all.
I'm gonna do a series of videos just on just the individual the individual utilities and just what they bring to the table. Might do something on the team, project, ecosystem. So I'll have some breakdowns on it. Plus, I plan on doing some Twitter spaces. I don't know if Justin's planning on sliding through or not, but I'm gonna do some in the meantime community spaces, kind of similar to things we did for Saitama, and see if we can't push this project, try to push this brand, and really get the people to actually see what in the meantime has going on.
Right. Yeah, I mean, you send me a link, I'm there, brother. You send me a link. We need to get some. Here's what we can do on TikTok. When I figure out how to work TikTok, we can have battles to see just who is faster at clicking.
There's no way you're faster than me at clicking this, but yeah, we can battle while we battle. Actually.
Okay. That's what I'm saying. Like,
I'm gonna be tapping my ass off there.
Sure thing, bud. Whatever you think.
Yeah, but
I'm letting you know.
But man,
that's a constant. That's a constant right there. Like that pace doesn't slow down.
No, yeah. Well, I actually got a weird lean. This is my microphone placement. There's some variables here to where I'm not tapping.
Yeah.
When I tap. If I'm not tapping comfortably, something's wrong. But yeah, guys. But with that being said, man, we're gonna wrap this one up, man. This has been a fun one. A lot of information. If you guys scroll through, there'll be more information next time, man. I'm just trying to not cram too much into I'm really trying to use this 6x. How much? 88. All right.
You better get it because that goes away in like 20 minutes.
Does it really? About 30 minutes each?
Nah, yeah, like 15, 20 minutes. But you can get 100. You can get 100.
Fortnite battle. Yeah, I might do that on there too. Should I actually might the new update on Fortnite? It's not bad. It's not bad at all.
Oh god. Fortnite. Yeah. My favorite.
Fact. You guys.
For the first time I turned my PlayStation on in like 4 months, and I was like, man, I'm so excited I get to play. Had an energy drink, drank half of it just to prep. Then I realized I had 19 hours of updates that my PlayStation had to do. So I got to play the next day.
Wow.
That was fun. All right, man. You're going to jump onto Fortnite. I hear it in the background.
What are you talking about? I'm not playing Fortnite. But
we're gonna hear it.
You can hear it.
Oh. We can.
We're gonna wrap this one up, guys. You guys enjoy the rest of your night, man. You want to say anything before we get out of here, Justin?
Man, and as always, 2 things in the world you can control: attitude and effort. Stay positive. Give 110%. Appreciate your cuff. We'll be back soon, and get your tapping hands ready because I'm about to whoop that.
All right, man. Well, you guys enjoy the rest of your night, man. I am out of here. I'm not playing Fortnite. You can't prove it. You guys enjoy the rest of your night. I'm out of here.